like we have an update on Christian Harris from Nick Casario himself. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dude. And remember, this is The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. And today we will be reacting to a quick little clip from Sports Radio 610 this morning with Sean Pendergast and Seth Payne. They had a very special guest, and it was the GM of your Houston Texans, Mr. Nick Casario. They do a fantastic job. So if y'all want to hear the full video, just go to Sports Radio 610 has their YouTube channel. Go ahead and go over there and go ahead and attack it, man. It's always good to hear Nick Casario, regardless of whatever you grab from him. He obviously throws a word salad out there, and it's you're trying to figure out which parts of the lettuce is good and bad. And so, it's always a little confusing whenever Nick Casario does talk. But what we did get here was a good little clip of Christian Harris and maybe a little update here on his injury. And I know a lot of fans, the reason why I'm dropping this video is because I know a lot of fans are interested and wondering, when is Christian Harris going to come back? As we know, last year, Christian Harris was an absolute monster. He started off the year shaky, not so good. DeMeco Ryans had to bench him. And when he benched him, I don't know what it was, if the light bulb clicked, if it was, man, I don't want to be ass. I'm from Alabama. Like, there is expectations when you enter the league, when you come from Alabama or Georgia. There are certain expectations, especially when you play the linebacker position. And Christian Harris wasn't playing well. DeMeco benched him as soon as the Christian Harris, came back from being benched. I mean, he played like a Pro Bowl, all-pro type of linebacker for you last year. This year, he has been injured the whole year. He came into camp injured. He finally got free of the injury. I was there at training camp when it happened, and pop, bam, done. And it was like, oh, okay, Christian Harris had if not a cup of coffee out there, and it was just done. He was back to being injured again. So the hamstring is a tricky thing. We got to understand it. But regardless, let's go ahead and play this clip real quick, guys. And let's get into this with Pendergast and Payne right here.
Nick, is there anything you can share with us about the status of Christian Harris?
Yeah, definitely making some progress. I would say at some point here, he'll probably hit the field. Unfortunately, I think this is one of these situations, I don't want to say, 1 in 1,000, but I mean, it's just the circumstances are just such that it's very unique. Hopefully, once we get through this, there won't be any residual, but I'd say making progress. I'd say there's a shot, we're going to see him here at some point. Certainly don't want to put any timetable or date on it, but certainly moving in the right direction.
Nick Casario joining us.
Moving in the right direction. That's your update, ladies and gentlemen. That is your update. Look, I've always thought that Christian Harris was similar to Drew Scruggs last year. I thought he would come back in late November, and Drew Scruggs came back, I believe, November 28th, right before or after the Bengals game. Or I think it might have been a few weeks but after that, actually. But regardless, that is when Drew Scruggs came back last year. I thought Christian Harris would come back around that time. You hear Nick Casario saying, hey, the arrow's pointing upwards for Christian Harris, and they should be having him back relatively soon. He didn't want to put a timetable on it, though. So it just screams, when you look at the schedule and where you think Christian Harris could come back, it screams after the bye week. Like that it screams bye week. Like as soon these 2 weeks are up, the bye week, he should, in my opinion, should be back for playing the Miami Dolphins game. I do not believe he is out for the whole year. I don't think that. I do believe that Christian Harris is coming back. If anybody listens to Landry Locker in the locker room on YouTube, I mean, it's fantastic content. It's just pretty much can't miss. Him and Cody Stoocher, absolutely tremendous. They've mentioned about Christian Harris, and they have both said that they expect Christian Harris to play this year. So Again, they're not putting nothing out there. That's just what they're saying. But no report, no nothing. But that's from Nick Caserio. And I don't know where Christian Harris fits with the defense, considering Henry T has been an absolute monster. His improvements this year have been tremendous. Aziz Al-Shair has been phenomenal for you. Those two guys have been great linebackers, as well as Jalen Petrie playing in the trenches, playing in that kind of a third linebacker-ish role. He is in that star role that he is familiar with his Baylor Bears days. So I don't know where Christian Harris fits in, but it's a good problem to have. Devin White is great depth for you. He has been playing really good for the Texans when he's used correctly. And we saw how good Jake Hansen and Neville Hewitt can be when in a pinch you need some starters. So this was good stuff to hear. It's good to hear that Christian Harris could be back. In my opinion, the bye week is what I'm circling. Like, that is the week for me. If it's not the bye week, then it's after the Dolphins game. It has to be coming up soon. It seems like everybody is saying Christian Harris will be playing at some point this year. I'm excited to see it, and I want to see this defense at full strength because, damn, we all know this is a damn good defense, and at full strength, who knows what they can do to opposing offenses. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.